All right, we're gonna make the armor. So this is a big project, just the armor by itself. This is a compression style armor. So it means that the front and the back are disconnected, and this front part kind of compresses together just like that. And this comes around the back and clips right there, and then you can cinch it down. It makes taking the armor off and putting it on nice and easy and quick. Clip. So for the video, I'm going to be showing you with bike guitar tube, this rubber tie, but you'll be getting, you've got this stuff. This is like strapping, webbing kind of stuff. So you're going to also need those clips. These are all the pieces you're going to be using. There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to start with the foundation. I always start with the foundation first, okay? I'll put all these other pieces to the side. All right, so we've got the two chest pieces. It's the front and this is the back. I'm going to start by flexing these pieces. So you can flex them over your knee. I'm going to flex these kind of the way that they want to be flexed with the corrugation. And then flex that part right there, just like that, okay? And now I'm going to flex these parts like this. Okay, there we go. I'm getting this ready. It's sort of like half of a tank top, you know. Try it on. Confirm, yes. This is a shape. Okay. So I flexed this. You can even flex it a little bit more. Really roll it up. Okay. All right, prepped. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to do that same step with this piece. Okay. You can use the edge of a table too. If your table is like this, you just bend it over the edge. This is going to be, you know, a little tough to bend. It's strong cardboard. So this part is going to be a little tricky. You might need some help because you're going to need to hold the armor on your body, and then you're going to need to put tape around these shoulder pieces so that you can mark where they need to be attached, okay? So I'm going to put this over my shoulder, and then I'm going to just push this down like that. And, you know, and also on the other side, and then I'll have an idea of the spacing of this. This part down here doesn't really matter because it's just going to compress when I put this on and I clip the back of it. So the shoulder pieces are really what's really important, okay? Okay, so I did a little test fit. That seemed to work pretty good, just where I initially had it. So that's about, I like to measure things with my finger sizes. So that's about 3 fingers distance. I'm gonna measure that over here. And that's about 3 fingers also. Okay. So now I'm going to reinforce that. Put that over there. Now, I recommend, as you're building this, I recommend just putting it on every once in a while, just to make sure that it still feels nice to wear. That feels pretty good, just like that. Now I'm going to attach the strap here before I attach any of the front decoration. That's gonna really be important. You don't wanna have to try and weave the strap through a bunch of stuff that you've already taped down. So this part is up to you as far as placement goes. Basically, I just want this to be like close to the middle of the armor section. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to attach the decoration to the top part. Okay, that is this piece and this piece. So these are going to go right here, just like that. I'm going to bend this and try and match the curve of what I've got going on so far. Okay, those are pretty curved. Sit nicely like that. And then I'm gonna curve these top parts. There we go. Cool. And that's gonna sit just like that. All right. So I attached it in the middle first because when a shape bends, it changes like the distance. And I mean, like, as this bends, these are the same, it starts out the same distance here, but then as it bends, it's going to be, this top layer is going to be farther away from the bottom layer. Okay? So start in the middle, and then as it's bent, you kind of want to tape as you go. So I'm going to do some more taping up here. Push that tape right into the corner to get that nice definition. I'm going to add the centerpiece, and I'm going to curve this to match the slight curve that this has got going on. I just want to notice that this lines up with this. This has a sharper V up there. That's where the neck, the collar is going to go right in there. I would put a lot more tape on this if this is going to be armor that I'm going to wear, but I'm just showing you where all the pieces are going to be going, okay? I'm going to put that up there, and then I'm going to work on the belly protector. So this point right here overlaps this piece, but these 2 points are connected like right there, see? Okay. Same on the other side. It's just like that. And then this piece, the connection mark is that point and that point right there. Okay? Tape this down. I'll tape this down. All right, flip it over. Looks good. Put some big pieces around here like that. Just like this. And then what I'm going to do is from underneath, I'm going to position it, and then I'm going to push those pieces of tape up in there to initially connect it. So I kind of lined this line up here with that, just like that. And that looks pretty cool. And you can flatten it out or shape it however you want to. And now that you have it tacked in place with the tape, I'm going to go back in and secure it more. So now that I've attached the belly armor right here, I've noticed that it kind of like pushes forward a little bit, and aesthetically, I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the spacers right in here and just space it a bit, so it kind of brings it back. Okay, and then I'm going to reinforce it on the inside. Put a piece right here. Okay, now this might seem a little chaotic and messy, but once you paper mache this, it's going to be really strong. It also will be pretty good even if you decide not to paper mache it. So now I'm going to add the rib portions. I like spacing it out so that it's a little far away from here. You might even want to put it underneath that. You could cut the tape right here, put this underneath there, or you can just add it, push it up right against the side. I'm going to curve these ribs just like that so they follow the contour of this side. I'm going to add more tape to the strap. That way it doesn't mess around with the ribs. Okay, so the way that I can tell which rib goes where is these angles right here are like perpendicular to this shape right here. So it goes like, and it's perpendicularly cut. These parts that are going to be up here are more of a point. Okay, that's more of like a spiky point. The big one is lower, the little one is on top. Just like that. Pretty good. Give it a little flex, see what pops up. You might need to reinforce some areas. All right, I'm gonna put some tape on here. Now I'm gonna do the spikes right here. Just 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Crease those spikes just like that. There you go. Cool. Now I'm going to add a little bit of tape over there. Oh. There we go. Spike prepped. Bam. Boom. Boom. Bam. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now I'm going to take 2 pieces per spike. I'm going to line up this middle of the spike, okay, with the dot. And then what I want to do is just kind of like curve the spike placement like that. So not have it be like that. That's just me. Whatever. You can do what you want. So I will put that there. And then I'm going to add 2 more pieces. Okay, spiked. Now I'm gonna go. Now I would recommend going around and really attaching those spikes on, but that's the placement that I got, just to show you initially how to put it on there. All right, boom. Let's put the big spike right there. Big spike. Okay. Fold that. Tag it down. So these points kind of line up like that. Now let's attach the collar zone. So this piece looks crazy and weird, but it's going to go here around like that. These front spikes are going to sit right there, and then this is going to wrap around and it's going to create this shape in the back. Okay? These 2 pieces are going to be connected together right here and back in there. These 2 pieces like that. All right. So what we want to do first is let's shape this. Okay. First, let's pinch it, and then we're going to kind of shape it like the curve of the armor, kind of like around the neck. I'm going to put 1 piece of tape here. I'm going to line this up. Just like that. Okay. And now I'm going to tape that on the inside too. I'm going to attach the back pieces together. Okay. So I'm going to get a couple smaller pieces. I'm going to attach the top first and then the bottom. Since it wants to curve, 1 long piece of tape is not really going to make it easier. So I got this piece here. I'm going to line up this edge just like that. Then I'm going to curve it just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to squeeze the 2 sides together. Just like that. Oh, looks pretty good, looks pretty good. So this smaller piece is going to go right here. Go right there. Okay, and then this part is going to come around the back. Okay, might be a little tricky. Let me just go like that. And like that. So I don't want to attach it right here just yet because the shoulder pads are going to need to slot in, but I can attach here and around here. See how it's kind of pulling? Might have to do that, reinforce it on the inside also, down in there. Okay, I'm gonna put some on this front part right here and on the other side. So you're gonna want these 2 pieces next. You can prep them by folding them just like that. And then put a little piece of tape, and then these pieces fit up here, just like that. Looking pretty good. All right, so now the last part are the shoulder pads. So this is the top of the shoulder pad. Just 2 of those. And then there's that. Kind of goes like that. And then these pieces go down here like that. And like this. Okay, and then this kind of goes like that. And I'm going to attach these 2 pieces together. Just like that. And now I'm going to attach this onto there. It's part of the decoration. I'm going to take this piece. This is like the thin one. These guys are the big boys. I'm going to take this thin one, and then I'm going to start by bringing it up to there, and then lining it up down here. I'm going to take one of these. You're going to notice that these are actually 2 different sizes. One is bigger than the other. So the bigger one is going to be on the front part, just like that, and the smaller one is going to be back here. And the idea is that this is going to overlap like that. So then this piece is going to attach right back on there. Okay, so basically this shape has a border around here. And that's going to sit right on your shoulder, just like that. Now I'm going to add the 2 spikes right here. Tape, spike, spike. I'm going to angle it like this, so it's more of a diamond. Put that right there. Get 2 more pieces of tape. Okay, so you got your shoulder pads. Let's tape these onto your armor. This is still going to be flexible, but we want to put this up underneath this collar part right here. And you can kind of adjust where this is on the armor. If you have it so that it kind of like lines up around there, that's good. Tape it up just like this. I would add a number of layers of tape. Even taping the collar to this as well. If you want, you can also reinforce this connection with some bike tire tube. You can cut that and then wrap that around here so that the connection is with this also. Let's see. Get that there. Seems pretty good. All right, let's see. That seems pretty good. So now I would try this on and see how your arms feel when they're moving around. So if you're moving your arm around and it's catching on any part of your arm as you're, flexing your arm to see if you can use a sword, then I would adjust the placement of it. All right, let's attach the other side. Now this is just an initial attachment I would definitely add more tape. When you paper mache it, it's going to be really solid. Flex it, see how that goes, and tape where you need to reinforce. Now you've got your belt buckles. Those go on like this. You see how the buckle, this cross piece, is higher like that? That's the top. So you're going to want to thread this strap up through, and then you're going to want to push it down. Just like that. Okay? Do that on the other side. This one doesn't have that double thread over. You're just going to want to put it through, and then I would recommend just tying it if it's rubber tie. That's good. Eventually rubber tie might wear out, so that's why we included the strapping. If you want to like fold it over and then staple the strapping, that's a good way to keep it locked. You want to make sure that the rubber tie is loose enough or is thin enough this way so that you can still adjust it by pulling it. So once you put the armor on, you're going to clip it, and then you can shrink it down by pulling on this part and adjusting the strap. All right. So obviously, you know, I'm going to want to go back and add more tape to pieces. Now that it's been sitting there for a bit, there's probably parts that are going to be pulling up, like the ribs. So add more tape, see where your problem spots are, and then once you got that all taped down, paper mache it. Now when you're paper macheing this piece, I would recommend doing it in a couple different stages. If you do it all at once, it's going to be a large piece of wet paper mache and cardboard, and it's going to be heavy, and it's going to probably distort the shape. So I would do the shoulder pads first, then I would do the front piece, and then I would do the back piece. Okay. When you're paper macheing it and letting it dry, you could set it up like this and maybe put something in here for it to, so it'll stabilize and it won't want to fall forward. This piece gets a little mashed down if it's like resting on it. So maybe you can figure out a way to just do this in stages. I would recommend putting this in front of a fan once you've got it mached. That way it's going to dry really quick. Or put it out in the sun. All right. Good job. You've got armor. Yay!